Oh, hello, welcome to this video. Yeah, I thought, you know what, I'll give my 2 cents about the Harry Potter stuff. Why not? Everyone else is. Why not show mine? I'm a Harry Potter fan. As you can tell, I've got the shirt to prove it. I missed the boat on the first series of trying to cast people, so I wanted to look at all the remaining books left to adapt and look at Chamber of Secrets all the way to Deathly Hallows. So let's get straight into it for Chamber of Secrets. First off, I've got Gilderoy Lockhart to cast, and I'm going to go Benedict Cumberbatch. I feel like he's got that sort of egotistical vibe to him. If you've seen Doctor Strange the first bit before he becomes Doctor Strange himself, he sort of gives off that arrogance to it. And when he's played Sherlock as well, it gives us sort of oh yeah, I know what I'm about and everything. And I think he can play that well. And once he gets caught out, I think he can sort of be a bit skittish and be like, oh no, I'm definitely not who I am. I just think Benedict Cumberbatch is a great actor to pull off that role. And I don't know if anyone else can really show that they've done that already. Mind you, I'm happy to see if other people can sort of do it, but Benedict Cumberbatch, I think it's a easy one for me to sort of cast as that role. Next up, we got Moaning Myrtle, and I feel like with the students, I kind of want to keep it unknown. I don't necessarily want someone who's well known already or has any acting experience to begin with. How they did the cast already for the trio and even their students around, they didn't go for anyone who was well known really. So yeah, I kind of want to keep Moaning Myrtle at that stage, keep Moaning Myrtle along the same lines and having someone that's unknown. And lastly, for Chamber of Secrets, there's not many new characters in this really. I can't think of any. I'm not going to cast a basilisk for anything. That's going to be CGI creature clearly, or even animatronic, who knows. But yeah, our final one, Tom Riddle, of course. Tom Riddle's in this film. So I thought I'll go for Owen Cooper. I feel like he's kind of on the rise. And yes, I know contradictory what I just said about Moaning Myrtle and trying to keep it unknown, but I feel like Tom Riddle is someone you kind of want to be present. And after seeing him in Adolescence, I'm just like, okay, this guy is he's got it in him to be this sort of, cool, calm, I don't care attitude, all of a sudden being aggressive and everything. I feel that'd be great for Chamber of Secrets, because it is kind of like, well, yeah, Harry, I'm on your level, yeah, we're all good. And at the end where he's like, oh no, you're gonna defeat me, what the hell's going on? Yeah, I think Owen Cooper could do that. Can't think of anyone else. And again, I could go down the same road of being an unknown actor, but Owen Cooper, I think he's got this. I think he should be able to do it. And again, later on, I know there's flashbacks, so if they want to film those scenes earlier or anything, I don't know how they're going to do it. The problem I found was when doing the films of Half-a-Prince, they were doing flashbacks, and it was completely different looking sort of actor. I know there's sort of ages of gaps in different years they've been in, but yeah, at the same time, it's kind of whoa, they look too different. So if they're going to keep Owen Cooper, will they film the later scenes, those flashbacks? Will they film them now? I don't know. Alright, we've got Prisoner of Azkaban now to cast, and yeah, I'm going to go straight for it. Remus Lupin. I will struggle for this. I see everyone talking about Andrew Garfield, and yes, I know, I get it. It seems perfect, it absolutely does, but I feel I don't know, I want to go against the grain. I don't want to go what everyone else has done. And yeah, you know what, after thinking about some times and just doing research British actors, or who could it be, and not necessarily British ones, American ones too, and I thought, you know what, who's kind of up on the rise that, it's kind of not too big, but it's well known enough that people go, oh yeah, too, and people get along with and love. Joseph Quinn, that's right. Fantastic Four, Stranger Things. He's done some big stuff already, but I feel like Harry Potter, it's going to be on the same level, those things. And without a question, this guy can act, and I feel like he can do a great job. I mean, even just imitating a werewolf, I feel like he'd be able to pop his eyes open a bit more and just, I don't know, I feel like he is a good actor, and I think this would be I feel like he could sort of show off what it's like to be a boy-like attitude, but is now a teacher, for instance. So I feel like he could bring that to the character from playing Eddie in Stranger Things, and also, what's his name? I forget, in Fantastic Four. Damn, I should know this. But yeah, no, I haven't played this sort of characters. I feel like this sort of benefit for Lupin. Sirius Black, and I know I said I was going to get to the grain, but this is kind of what I see coming up, but you know what? It's perfect casting. I can't disagree with it. Can't think of anyone else. Andrew Taylor Johnson. Simple as. This guy looks the part. I don't want to necessarily copy what the films look like, but when you've seen him with long hair, he's a goatee, having a beard going on, he just looks like he's going to fit the role, and I feel like he'd be good as well to be a sort of mentor to Harry. And yeah, I feel like Andrew Taylor Johnson has it in the bag to go a bit wacky, especially in this film, because Azkaban, where he's and all this stuff. I've waited 13 years and all this stuff. I can definitely see him pull it off, and yeah, I think that's going to be a great casting if it ever comes about. If it doesn't, I don't know. I'm actually really excited to find out who the cast is going to be for the rest of the series. It's very exciting, and I don't know who it's going to be, but definitely Andrew Taylor Johnson is who I'd put. Peter Pettigrew, of course we have to mention that rat, and quite literally a rat, not just in terms of slang terms. Yeah, it's kind of hard to compete with a film actor. I forget his name, but he did such a great role. But I feel like someone who could sort of play this sort of character, someone like an Andy Serkis type. I think Michael Sheen, dye his hair and everything, and just I feel like Michael Sheen would do a great job as Peter Pettigrew, being a sort of person who's ooh, a little bit scourish and sort of hides away, but is also not afraid to be just scouring the scenarios he's in and sort of just finding the easy way out of things. I feel like in terms of things, he's not really in the story heavily, but I think Michael Sheen is a good role simply because of how he looks. No offense to him, obviously a bit of makeup will make him look more like Peter Pettigrew, but yeah, I think Michael Sheen, British actor, it's got to be him really. Right now, the final one for Prisoner of Azkaban, I've written down Tilda Swinton for Sybil Trelawney. A lot of people I've seen on the rise recently have said that, oh, could she be Voldemort? Because there's a lot of talk about Voldemort being a female character now, and I get it. I mean, for me, I'm not too upset with that, but it kind of just messes up the dynamic a little bit, because it's kind of like man and hunger for power sort of thing. But I'm down to see a woman play. I'm down to see a woman play the role, sure. I mean, it's not going to cause any two issues, really. It's just gender swap a few things around in the story, and it's overall it's going to be the same story in it. So yeah, I wouldn't mind. However, Tilda Swinton for Sybil Trelawney for me is perfect. I mean, you think of Emma Thompson's portrayal of being like, oh, the man, and oh, the dark mark, and all this stuff. Like, I feel like she'll do that well. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like she did it well. I feel like she's got that sort of look about her. I don't know too much. Obviously, I've seen her. Wasn't she in Narnia, the Chronicles of Narnia? I think that's kind of what I've only seen her in. But you know, I feel like I'm getting a vibe. I'm getting a vibe from her. I feel like she could play that role pretty well. Although, yeah, I can understand why she could play more of a sinister character. Maybe even Umbridge. Who knows? But I think Sybil Trelawney. I mean, I can't think of anyone else apart from Emma Thompson kind of doing that role well. I think Tilda Swinton, out of all the people I can think of, that's the one I came across, and yeah, I think she'll do a good job. Now moving on to Goblet of Fire. Oh, things are getting darker in the series and the book and film and whatever. Yeah, straight up, Mad-Eye Moody. Who's going to play him? Ewan McGregor. That's right. I've gone with Ewan McGregor simply because I feel like I want him in the series. And who's he going to play? I don't know. So I'm squeezing him in as Mad-Eye Moody. I don't know. I kind of got like Avengers type scenario of British actors, the guild of them, whatever. The ones I like, I'm cherry picking them and be like, I want you in this series. Don't care who you play. I'm sort of squeezing them in. So Mad-Eye Moody for me, I feel like, you know, it's kind of small. He's in like this one film heavily and then all of Phoenix a little bit. And then sort of just, and then it's killed off in Deathly Hallows. So overall, the screen time isn't going to be insane. Obviously, it's going to take up the most of his screen time of the whole thing. And I feel like Ewan McGregor, talented. He's going to be able to play this role easy. Yeah, I mean, I can't think of anyone else that would fit that role. Correct me if I'm wrong down below, but Ewan McGregor, I think that's a great shout. But really, was it ever going to be Ewan McGregor to play Mad-Eye Moody, or would it be Barty Crouch Jr. playing him the whole time? Yeah, that's right. Andrew Scott's who I have for. I feel like David Tennant, great role. And who looks like David Tennant? Andrew Scott. I feel like he's got that sort of thing. I'm thinking of both of them on Stubble, by the way. Sort of how he looks in the film. I kind of think Andrew Scott's kind of got that capability. And who has a tongue flick? I don't know. I've seen no one else in history go blah, 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 with their tongue, you know? So it's good one thinks Andrew Scott. I think he could do some good, great tongue action. I don't know. It sounds very inappropriate, but Andrew Scott, I think he's capable of doing that sort of thing, you know? And again, I have someone from Sherlock. He's played Moriarty. I don't know the name, but he's kind of got that filliness about him. He's very played that role before, and he's played plenty of roles similar to that. And yeah, I think Andrew Scott's a great casting for Barty Crouch Jr. If anything, he could play a bigger role if he wanted to, but Andrew Scott for Barty Crouch Jr., I think that's perfect, really. Now, let's move on to like the students. I'm sure these are going to be introduced before Goblet of Fire, because the TV series is going to mention them way earlier than this. But in terms of the movies revealing these characters, I thought I'd do it now too. So yeah, we have Cedric Diggory, unknown. I want to see some new people in and see how they go. Same again for Cho Tang, Flo Delacour, and Victor Crumb. Yeah, all those characters just want someone new. I don't get who it is, but yeah, these characters got to grow up. Apart from Cedric, as I said, they got to grow up. Apart from Cedric, unfortunately, he's not having a great time there. Rita Skeeter, how could I forget? I almost forgot about this one, to be fair, but Rita Skeeter, yes. Claire Foy. I've seen her in a bunch of stuff lately, and I feel like she'll be good at giving that quite, I don't know, stern, like close mouth, like Harry Potter this, Harry Potter that, and sort of manipulating things. Not a huge role in Harry Potter, but I feel like, you know, if anyone's going to do it, I think Claire Foy would be able to get that sort of vibe to it, and I think that's, you know, I mean, anything, I can't really base anything, it's just picking a random British actor, and yeah, she's the one I've most recently seen, really, so I thought, yeah, throw her in, why not? Now, we've got the big one, Voldemort. Oh gosh, who's it going to be? Who's going to say, who's going to say, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Who's going to be on I Can Touch You Now? Like, who is it? Christopher Eccleston. That's who it's going to be. All right, I'm saying right now. Doctor Who for the Dark World. This guy's has done prosthetics before. He's going to be comfortable in this scenario. And I feel like he hasn't done anything that's like big, like in such a long time. I mean, I feel like, has he ever done anything big? I don't know. Doctor Who was quite big, really. So I guess that's it. But yeah, I think he's got that sort of sternness about it. He's got the seriousness about Voldemort. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people you can think it could be, really. A lot of people, Cillian Murphy, I don't know. I can't see Cillian Murphy doing it. It's kind of, the more it's been said, the more it's been talked about, I'm kind of thinking, I can't see it. In a different role, maybe, cool, yeah, I'll take it. But Voldemort, I don't know. I kind of see it, but I don't really. So for me, Christopher Eccleston is going to take that role, and I think he'll boss it. I feel like, let me know if you think the same. But Christopher Eccleston, he's great at acting. He's just going to nail it, surely. And speaking of Doctor Who and all that, Carey Mulligan, yeah, we're going on to Order of Phoenix now. And Carey Mulligan is Umbridge, is what I'm saying. And okay, you'd be like, oh, are you saying she looks like a toad? No, I'm not. I feel like, with great makeup and effects on, you can make someone look like a toad if you really wanted to. Will they do that for this series? I don't know. But they didn't really do it for the films, but at the same time, they did say they're going to be faithful to the book, so they're actually going to make someone look a bit toadish in their face. Who knows? Not me, that's for sure. So Carey Mulligan, I feel like, again, picking all these sort of British actors I see up there, cherry picking ones that I like. Carey Mulligan, I feel like could do a great job as Umbridge, and yeah, I can't think of anyone else. I think it's kind of weird that the audiobook, Keira Knightley is someone who's known to be very attractive and everything like that, and it's like, okay, Keira Knightley as Umbridge, sure, okay, but you got that little whiny voice, you got that little high-pitchedness to it, and yeah, I'm sure Carey Mulligan could do the same job. It's kind of a weak suggestion, but yeah, Carey Mulligan, sure, why not? But Benedict Strange is next, and yeah, I have to say, this was a tough pick indeed, but I've gone for, what's her name? Rosamund Pike, that's it. I kind of feel like she's been about. I was thinking a little bit common, but I think she's a little bit too old now for, actually, come to figure it, she might make a good Umbridge. Damn. You know what? Okay, a little shout. Umbridge, Carey Mulligan, or Olivia Colman? I don't know. I really don't know. You know what? I feel like I'm going to change it. Olivia Colman as Umbridge. I'm going for it on the fly. This is on the fly. Wow, I'm going back on what I said. Okay, great. That's what I'm going for. But right, yeah, Rosamund Pike as Benedict Strange. I just feel like she's going to do it well. She's going to be able to go, hey, I killed Sirius Black. And I feel like she'll just be able to do that. I don't know exactly how she's going to do it. She just is. I just have a feeling with this actress, and she's just going to pull out the park. Again, cherry picking all the British actors that come to mind, and Rosamund Pike is one of them. So. And to be fair, I feel like she'll have great chemistry with Chris Eccleston. Luna Lovegood, and again, unknown. I'm not going to cherry pick someone. I can't think of anyone. Yeah, student, unknown person. Why not? But this is with Nymphadora Tonks. Who's that going to be? Florence Pugh. This is another one. Like Andrew Garfield for Lupin. This is one I've seen loads. Who's going to play Tonks? Who's going to play her? I don't know. Florence Pugh, that's who. Everyone is saying it, and I agree. I hardcore agree. I can't think of anyone. I've looked through the list of actors, and yeah, Florence Pugh is perfect for the role. She could be silly enough, just so down to earth that this character is great for it. Yeah, not much else to say. I just feel like she would fit the role well because her personality kind of feels like it's like Tonks already, so it's going to be slipping into her quite easy. Will it happen? I think there's a high chance no. To be honest, I think Florence Pugh may be a little bit too big right now, but I don't know. She might have the love of Harry Potter for her. I don't know. There's going to be loads of people after these roles anyway, so we'll see what happens. Now we're going to move on to our final one. I hear you say, final? What? Why? We have Deathly Hallows left, don't we? No, we have Half-Blood Prince first, and then Deathly Hallows. However, Deathly Hallows, I can't think of anyone that's new to the story that's going to be worth casting. I guess you have Luna's dad, but if anything, it could be someone unknown. I don't care. So I'm just going to end it here, Half-Blood Prince. Professor Slughorn. This is the other one I can think of that's new, and it's going to be worth casting. So Professor Slughorn, for me, it's going to be Tom Hollander. Yeah, I feel like the look of his face and everything, I think he can play Slughorn pretty well. Someone who feels like someone's kind of hiding something, I feel like he could play Slughorn quite well. The last thing I think I saw him in, I think it was Bird Box, if that's right. The one with Sandra Bullock, where she had to have she had to cover her eyes because if she sees like the air or something, everyone kind of goes insane. Yeah, seen the performance in that. Isn't necessarily why I've chosen him, but the last thing I saw him in was that. But Tom Hollander, I just think, you know what, I know he can act. I know in my subconscious from seeing him in different things I can't quite remember, I know he can do a good job. And yeah, British actor, again, cherry picking, just random people. It's Tom Hollander, yeah, why not? I can't see him in it. If you've got anything against it, let me know. Right, and that's been my casting for the Harry Potter TV series for the rest of it. I don't know if these are going to be correct or not. Who knows? I might go back and go, ha, told you so, or be like, oh God, I can't believe I even said that. That was crazy. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.